Foodies! Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, welcome to our weekly recipe where we share different kind of recipes every week, and on this channel you will see different kind of recipes. So do well to subscribe, like, and turn up your notification bell because it's gonna be a long ride, you guys. Thank you for staying with me. So let's get in. Today we'll be making an authentic Afang soup. Yes, I said that. An authentic Afang soup that you don't have to break the bank to make, and you don't have to stay in the kitchen for a long period of time to make. And this Afang soup, it's so nice, you guys. So let's get into it. In this recipe, I'll be using beef meat, and I'll be using assorted and Kpomo. So first of all, you will have to wash your beef, your assorted, clean them properly, and your Kpomo, and put everything in the pot. After putting everything in the pot, you start adding, you also add your stock fish, because what is that Afang soup without stock fish, you guys? So you go ahead and add your seasoning cubes. I use Knorr. You can use star or whatever seasoning cube you have, and I added my salt to taste, and I went ahead to stir everything to combine. And after that, I added my onions. At this point, it has started boiling, and you allow it to cook for some time. You allow it to cook very well till tender. Remember, this is different kind of meat, so you wouldn't want your meat to be too strong in your mouth. So after that, I added my smoked fish. In this recipe, I'll be using two different kind of smoked fish. I'll be using catfish, dry catfish, and I'll be using Kpanla. You guys, Kpanla is really helping us in this country, because literally all my recipes have Kpanla. If it's not Kpanla, I don't know what would have been doing. The way things are now expensive. So let's continue. And now you go ahead and add your pepper, and you allow that to cook with everything. Allow it to cook very well. So at this point, it has cooked for some time. As you can see, the meats are already looking very tender, and I went ahead to add my palm oil and stir to combine. Remember, Afang soup is mostly made of palm oil. You don't have to add water. At this point, I'm trying to cook my meat and so that the stock will be reduced a bit, so I don't have a lot of water in my soup. Remember, when making Afang soup, you would want to buy dried Waterleaf, because you wouldn't want your soup to be too watery. Remember, this soup does not need water. Afang soup does not need water. And some people, how they make their Afang soup, they first of all boil their Afang. After boiling it, sieving it, they start using it. No, we are not doing that in this recipe. In this recipe, I'm showing you how you can actually make your Afang soup without boiling your water leaf first and draining out the water. Now, first of all, what you need to look out for is, when you go to the market, you need to look out for dried water leaf. Those water leaf that are dried, not all those ones that are too watery. So that when you're making, as you can see, I've already added my water leaf, and it already releases juice, and it's not too much. The water is not too much in the soup. So that's to tell you that I used dried water leaf. As you can see, if it's on water leaf now, by this time the water would have been everywhere in my pot. Do you understand? So whenever you want to make your Afang soup, always look out for these things, because this will make you have your authentic Afang. So we'll continue. Now, after adding your water leaf and you allow it to boil for some minutes, you open your pot again and you stir it to combine. And at this point, you add crayfish, because this soup is crayfish, so it needs crayfish, like a lot of crayfish. As you can see, I was just being generous with my crayfish, because that is how you get your authentic Afang. You need to be generous with your crayfish. Now we'll go ahead and add our Perwinkle. Yes, we are using shelled Perwinkle. If you love unshelled Perwinkle, you can go ahead and use it, but I feel like people that use unshelled Perwinkle in their Afang, what what's the problem, you guys? Because how can you use unshelled periwinkle in afang? It doesn't make it afang. I feel like when you use shelled periwinkle in your afang, it gives it this kind of afang feeling. Like, do you get the authentic afang feeling? So at this point, we added our periwinkle and we stirred to combine, and we allowed it to cook for some time. And after it has cooked, and now you go ahead and add your afang, the baba of the afang soup. This is what makes your afang soup afang. This is the leaf they call afang. This is also called okazi in Igbo language, and Akwa Ibom call it afang. This leaf is the afang leaf. This is what makes your afang soup afang. Like, I don't know if I'm making sense, you guys, but this is where the whole afang thing comes in. Now you have to be very generous with your afang. When you're making afang soup, you make sure that your afang is more than your water leaf, because you're not using water, right? So you want your soup to be thick, right? So you go ahead and add your afang. After adding your afang, allow to boil for some time, you stir, then you go ahead and add more oil. Like I said earlier, this soup is oil, like it needs oil. Like if you're making afang soup, just prepare your mind that you need a lot of oil. I know we are doing calorie deficit, guys, but when we are eating this soup, we are going to wash our portion. At this point, our soup is ready. You make sure you taste for salt, and you make sure everything was already like okay, because before I started putting everything, you saw when I added my salt, my Knorr Seasoning cube, and all of that. So this soup is ready, and I'll be pairing it with my ogoni guy. What would you be pairing this with? Thank you so much for watching. Thank you, guys. Please do well to subscribe, like, and comment, share with your friends, because somebody will want to make authentic afang and they don't know how to do it. So share this video, guys. Thank you. Bye. See you in my next